Alright, boys and girls, welcome to video 2-3 numero uno. Alright, boys and girls, take a minute here, if you don't mind, and divide by hand. I want you to divide by hand, not with your calculator. Divide by hand 172 divided by 16. So 172 is called our dividend. 16, of course, is called our divisor. And our answer is going to be the quotient. Our answer is going to be the quotient. And please express your answer as in a quotient plus remainder. I don't want a decimal and I don't want a fraction. We're going to divide our divisor, 16, and that's going to go into, build our house. It's not a house, 172. And express your answer with an answer, a quotient, and a remainder. Okay, you should have had an answer of 10 with a remainder of 12. And what I did is I did 16 goes into 17. So I looked at the first couple of digits of my dividend, 172 inside the house. And it goes in 1, so I did 1 times 16 is 16. I then subtracted, and I get 1. 17 minus 16 is 1. I brought down the 2, so now I have 12. 16 goes into 12 0 times. 0 times 16 is 0. I subtract. 12 minus 0 is 12. I'm out of spaces up here, so I have a remainder of 12. So my quotient is 10 with a remainder of 12. Of course, if I wanted to write that as a fraction, I would do 10 and 12 sixteenths. And if I wanted to do a decimal, I would continue to add zeros until something comes out evenly. Okay, we're going to divide now. We're going to do some polynomial division. So we're going to divide my dividend, x squared minus 8x minus 9, divided by my divisor, x plus 1. Okay, we're on page 9 in your packet, by the way, BTW. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put x plus 1 outside the house, x plus 1, build my house, x squared minus 8x minus 9 is going to go inside the house. I'm going to divide, okay, so I'm going to look at my first term, which is x. X goes into x squared, x number of times. In other words, x squared divided by x is going to be x. So I'm going to put my x, and I like to line my like terms up, so I'm going to put the x right there. I'm now going to multiply through, so I'm going to multiply through, and I'm going to make pointer back, so I'm going to multiply x times x plus 1, and write that down below. So x times x is x squared. X times 1 is plus x. So I have x times x plus 1 is x squared plus x. I'm going to subtract, so change all of my signs, minus, draw my lines. X squared minus x squared is nothing. Negative 8x minus x is negative 9x. And now I'm going to bring down the negative 9. Okay. X goes into negative 9x minus 9 times. I'm going to multiply through, and I'll do that in black. Negative 9 times x is negative 9x. Negative 9 times positive 1 is negative 9. I'm going to subtract, which means I'm going to change all of my signs. So this becomes a plus, and this becomes a plus. Negative 9x plus 9x is 0. Negative 9 plus 9 is 0. I have a remainder of 0. So now, folks, we know that x plus 1 goes in evenly into x squared minus 8x minus 9. It goes in evenly, therefore x plus 1 is a factor of x squared minus 8x minus 9 because the remainder was 0. And of course, my quotient is x minus 9. And now let me just say this. Of course, you know that x plus 1 went into this evenly, because if I factored 8x squared minus 8x minus 9, let's just go back to algebra uno. If I factored x squared minus 8x minus 9, I would get x minus 9, x plus 1. So there are my two factors of x squared minus 8x minus 9. Okay, you guys try this one right now. We're gonna divide 5x squared minus 17x minus 12 divided by the divisor x minus 4. So you're going to build your house. Outside the house is going to be x minus 4. That's my divisor. Inside is going to be 5x squared minus 17x minus 12. Go ahead and divide that out. Do using polynomial long division, and I shall be right back. All right, folks. I let you start here, but let's just continue. So I'm hoping you found that our first part was x goes into 5x squared. Let me get my pointer. X goes into 5x squared. 5x times 5x squared divided by x is 5x. So I'm going to multiply through 5x times x is 5x squared. 5x times negative 4 is negative 20x. I'm going to subtract now. I'm going to subtract, so let me change my sign. So minus, and this becomes a plus. This becomes 0x squared. Negative 17x plus 20x is 3x. I'm going to bring down the minus 12. Now x minus 4 goes into 3x minus 12. Well, x goes into 3x 3 times. So I'm going to write that plus 3. I'm going to multiply through. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 4 is minus 12. Hey. Without doing much here, let me just change my signs. When I subtract, we can see my remainder is 0 once again. So my quotient is 5x plus 3. My remainder was equal to 0. Therefore, if something goes in evenly, we now know that x minus 4 was a factor of 5x squared minus 17x minus 12. Okay, a whole bunch of you were probably saying, Mr. Corbett, can't we do this synthetically? And absolutely we can. We can divide synthetically when the divisor is a binomial. So our divisor here is a binomial of first degree. So the x has to have a power of 1. And how we do this, and this is just memorization. It's just memorization, and I'll explain it a little bit in class. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to take our divisor, which is x minus 2, and I take the constant part of my divisor. So if I have x minus a, I'm going to take a and write that x minus a. So in this case, a is 2, so I'm going to write the 2 outside of my wall. I no longer build a house, I just build a wall. And then I take my coefficients of my dividend and take the coefficients and just write them out. So I have 2, I need my marker, 2, neg 3, 3, neg 4. I'm going to draw a line. I just bring the first guy down. So just bring that 2 down. I'm going to put that 2 right there. And now I'm just going to multiply through. 2 times 2 is 4. So I multiplied. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm going to add this time, so negative 3 plus 4 is 1. I'm going to multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. I'm now going to add. 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So I have 2 times 5 is 10. That goes here. I'm going to add, and it looks like I'm done. Because my final term now is not 0, I do have a remainder. So this is my remainder term. This is my constant term. This is x to the first, x to the second, etc. So this is my remainder term, x to the 0, or my constant term, x to the first, x to the second. So my final answer is going to look like this. We'll do that in green. 2x squared plus x plus 5 plus a remainder of 6, and I can write that now over the original divisor of 6 over x minus 2. Because I have a remainder, we know now that x minus 2 is not a factor of this guy right here, it did not go in evenly. Choo choo, math class express. Of course, this year all of our classes seems like math class marathons. But anyway, I like that picture. Okay, let's do one more synthetic. We're going to divide 5x to the third plus 18x squared minus 7x minus 6 divided by x plus 3. So I'm going to look at my divisor. I have a binomial of first degree. It's x to the first power. So I have x plus 3, so I'm going to take my a, which in this case is negative 3, because it's x minus minus 3. So my a is negative 3. I'm going to build my wall. Okay. I'm now going to take the coefficients of my dividend, which is 5x to the third, 18x squared, negative 7x minus 6. Draw a line. Bring the 5 down. So I have 5. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. 18 minus 15 is 3. Negative 3 times 3 is neg 9. Negative 7 minus 9 is negative 16. Negative 3 times negative 16 is positive 48. It looks like I have a remainder of 42. So my final answer, let me switch colors, blue. This is my remainder term. This is my x to the 0, x to the first, x to the second. So I have 5x squared plus 3x minus 16 plus a remainder of 42 over my original divisor, which is x plus 3. Notice, folks, your quotient of synthetic division will always have a degree of 1 less than my original dividend. Okay? Okay, folks, last problem, and then we are D-O-N-E, done. Okay, we're going to divide this one. Actually, yes, we can do this synthetically because we have a 2x minus 5, so our divisor is a binomial of degree 1. But there's one more thing that we're going to need to do, so I'll show you this in class. We need to divide everything by 2. So I'll show you how to do this in class. So right now, what I'd like you guys to do is just divide this the old-fashioned way. So we're going to divide 2x minus 5. Let me get a marker. 2x minus 5. And that's going to go into 8x to the 5th minus 14x to the 4th minus 15x to the 3rd. Now we need to hold our place for the x squareds. So we've got to put in a 0x squared. So I got 0x squared minus 2x. I don't want to run out of room. Minus plus 5, sorry. And holy moly, I almost ran out of room. So you guys right now go ahead and divide that out. Get your answer. And guess what, folks? We are done. I shall see you soon, and we'll go over this stuff in class. Have a great day, folks. Adios.